gentlemen, Tom Rush. Thank you all for coming out. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna have some fun. We got Eric and Dean here. Eric Little, and Dean Avery. This annual reunion. How many of you folks have never been to the Bull Run before? Okay. How many of you have never been to one of my shows before? How many of you have no idea what you're doing here? I knew about you. Okay, I'm going to start out with a song that I usually dedicate to myself. But given what we've all been through, and are still going through, I'm going to dedicate it to all of us. Making the best of a bad situation. Man, he gets up real early and he goes downtown. 15 minutes after he's been gone, there's a big milk truck pulls up on the lot. That milkman dashes up to the door where that man's wife is waiting in the kimono, puts a big old kiss on his cheek, and they go inside. Well, that truck never moves for an hour or two. Now it's none of my business. But one day, I took him aside and I told him what was going on while he was gone. He said, well, yeah, that may be so, but don't you know, we're never out of milk or cottage cheese or yogurt. He's making the best of a bad situation. Don't want to make waves, can't you see? Making the best of a bad situation. Reckon I'd do the same if it was me. Not no lady, she's a real fine lady, wouldn't harm a fly, just trying to get by and keep her house in order. But you know her husband works so hard that he come unglued, he come unwrapped, he just snapped. Thinks he's a chicken. Roosts in a bush by the side of the house. It's none of my business. But one day, I took her aside and I asked her if she had ever thought about trying to find a doctor who could make him well. And she said, well, yes, now and then, but then again, he don't eat much, just chicken feed, and all that pecking in the yard don't hurt nothing. And heaven knows we can use the eggs. She's making the best of a bad situation. Don't want to make waves, can't you see? Making the best of a bad situation. Reckon I'd do the same if it was me. Now I know a man, he's an educated man, he's an alligator wrestler. He just jumps on in there and grabs them long green fellers. But whatever you grab them long green fellers by. Now one day, he was wrestling this one alligator, and this other alligator scampered up behind him and bit both the ears right off his head. Didn't bat an eye, just crawled off in the shade and went to sleep. The alligator, not the man. It's none of my business. But one day, I took him aside and I told him I thought it was a terrible shame about that little accident that he had, getting his ears bit off, you know, because from now on, his hat's going to fall down over his eyes. And he won't ever be able to be a gypsy because he's got no place to hang his old earring. And I told him that, he looked me right in the eye and he said, wait for it. Huh? He's making the best of a bad situation. Don't want to make waves, can't you see? Making the best of a bad situation. Reckon I'd do the same if it was me. We're all making the best of a bad situation. We're all in this together, you and me. couldn't agree more. Woo. Okay. Well, I don't know what the weather's doing outside, but in here, it's going to get hot tonight. Here it goes. Well, it's going to get hot tonight. The moon is shining bright, and I can tell by the size of the stars in your eyes, it's going to get hot tonight. Come on, let's go downtown. Come on, let's mess around. Put your hair up right, the way you dress too tight. It's gonna get hot tonight. Yes, it's gonna get hot tonight. The moon is shining bright. Put your hair up right, the way you dress too tight. It's gonna get hot tonight. Well, you can hear that tomcat howl. He's out and on the prowl. He's gonna fuss and fight and scratch and bite. And it's gonna get hot tonight. Oh, it's gonna get hot tonight. The moon is shining bright. He's gonna fuss and fight and scratch and bite. And it's gonna get hot tonight. Well, that scotch and soda so fine. Gin and tonic sublime. And what could be sweeter than a margarita? It's gonna get hot tonight. Yeah. So come on and clap your hands. Come on and stomp your feet. Well, it won't be frosty down in Boston. Big flambe in old LA. Downright sweaty in New York City. We're gonna be rocking in country Chicago. I left my liver in Old Fall River. Gonna get squirmy down in Shirley. And it's gonna get hot tonight. Yeah, it's gonna get hot tonight. The moon is shining bright. And we got the blues all on the run. Gonna sing and dance till the rising sun. Have some fun until the police come. It's gonna get hot tonight.
Concha Hopper.
Gonna have big fun at the Old Bull Run. And we got a flamethrower named Matnacoa. It's gonna get hot tonight. Okay, I got a new song. I've learned over the years, children, when you have a new song, it's best to do it early in the show. In case it really sucks. Time to recover. This is actually part of a new album that is almost out. It's actually not going to be released until January, but I was supposed to have advance copies here tonight. But there's a problem with the pressing plant, and so they're not here. But you can order them at TomRush.com. Anyway, it's an album full of songs that I wrote, and this is one of them. It's called Won't Be Back at All. The only way from here is up, to run clean out of town. I gotta pick me up and pack me up, get on out of town. I might go way out west, maybe way down east next fall. And all I know is wherever I go, I won't be back at all. Love doesn't need a reason. It knows just what it knows. The reason's fitted badly, like someone else's clothes. The sun comes up, the sun goes down, but we don't ask it why. I got a gold ring in my pocket. Sad songs make me cry. There's an eagle on a dollar, and there's an eagle in the sky. There's an eagle in that woman's heart who's gonna teach me how to fly. The rains can tear a mountain down, all it takes is time. And then the rain someday might wash away these blues of mine. Testimonial. Okay, this isn't a brand new song. This is on a previous album. It's called How Can She Dance Like That? And I'm imagining this guy sitting in a bar, and he and his buddies are chatting, and they're watching this sweet young thing on the other side of the room dancing to the jukebox. This must be perfect, because this is the Bull Run. I started coming to the Bull Run before you were born, children. I went to Groton School, and when your parents came to visit, back in those days, there was only one place to go out to dinner. That was the Bull Run. Anyway, the song, I digress. Guys, they're watching this girl dance and they're saying, how could she do that? It's called How Can She Dance Like That? It goes like this. How can she dance like that? Still have the heart of an angel. Like that, and still have the soul of a girl. And when you turn up the heat, you can feel the sizzle. And if she asks me, boys, you know I try to give her the world. Oh, I never knew an angel could sing the blues. I never knew the devil wore them high-heeled shoes. Turn down the lights. I'm telling you, boys, you're gonna dance all night. Play it loud, drive it fast. If the brakes don't work, just hit the gas. How can't you dance like that and still have the heart of an angel? How can't you dance like that and still have the soul of a girl? When you turn up the heat, you can feel the sizzle. Oh, if she asks me, boys, you know I try to give her the world. slide trombone. Drive it fast and play it loud. Tear it up and break it down. Wind her up and let it go. I'm telling you boys, I just need to know. How can she dance like that and still have the heart of an angel? How can she dance like that and still have the soul of a girl? And when she turned up the heat, you can feel the sizzle. Oh, if she asked me, boys, you know I try to give her the world. And if she asked me, boys, you know I try to give her, you know I want. Babe, I want to give it a whirl. Thank you. How about a Joni Mitchell song? I have yet to encounter a crowd that said, nah. I had the privilege years ago of being the first person to record Joni's songs before she did. And it came about because I was playing in this club in Detroit, Michigan. It was called the Chessmate. I did 2 weeks there every summer. And it was an odd experience. I mean, it was a lot of fun. But the Chessmate was run by a guy named Maury Woodenbaum. He was one of the weirdest people I've ever met. And that's saying something. Maury was a chess genius. He was a chess champion for Michigan for years. And he'd opened his club as a place to go and play chess and drink coffee and chat with your buddies. And somehow it turned into a music room, and he was just totally unequipped to deal with that on any level. He was perpetually bewildered. He was married to this woman named Ethel. And I showed up one year, and he said, Tom, did you hear what Ethel did to me? He said, no, Maury, what happened? She died. He was visibly annoyed. I said, I'm terribly sorry. I mean, what do you say? But the point is that I came back a year later, and he had remarried another woman named Ethel. I find to be creepy. Anyway, Joni came in one night, and apparently she had just started writing songs. And she asked Maury if she could do a quick guest set so I could hear some of her new songs and maybe record them, which worked out rather well. And she got up and did 4 tunes, just knocked my socks off. And when she came off stage, I asked her if she had any more new songs, because I was at this point overdue for delivering an album to Elektra, like 2 years overdue. And this is back when 2 years seemed like a long time.
Woo!
Take your time, take your time. And Joni said basically, no, but give me a minute. And a few weeks later sent me a tape with 6 brilliant songs. Just before the last song on the tape, she apologized for the upcoming tune. I just finished writing this, it's not much good. I'm so embarrassed, but here it is. And I named the album after it. It was The Circle Game. But that's not the song I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a song that she sang that very, very first night. Great, great song for this time of year. I woke up today and found the frost perched on the town. It hovered in a frozen sky and gobbled summer down. And when the sun turns traitor cold and shivering trees are standing in a naked road, I get the urge to go seem to go. And I get the urge for gold when the meadow grass is turning brown. The summertime is a falling down, winter closing in. Had a girl in summertime, summer-colored skin, and not another man in town my darling's heart could win. And when the leaves fell trembling down and bully winds rub their faces in the snow, she got the urge for gold. I had to let her go. And she got the urge for gold when the meadow grass was turning brown and summertime was a falling down, winter closing in. Now the warriors of winter give a cold triumphant shout. And all that stays is dying, all that lives is getting out. You see the geese in chevron flight, flapping and racing on before the snow. They've got the urge for gold, they've got the wings to go. For gold when the meadow grass is turning brown and summertime is a falling down, winter closing in. And I'll apply the fire with kindlings, blankets to my chin, and I'll lock the vagrant winter out and bolt my wandering in. I'd like to call back summertime and have her stay for just another month or so. Got the urge for gold, I guess she'll have to go. And she gets the urge for gold when the meadow grass is turning brown and all her empires are falling down and winter closing in. And I get the urge for gold when the meadow grass is turning brown and summertime is a falling down. Let's get Mr. Eric Lilliquist up here. Make some noise. blues tune for you. When I was in college, my parents told me that I had spent way too many of my undergraduate hours at this coffee house in Cambridge called the Club 47. Old people. It's rough. It was a very cool club. For those of you who weren't there, the 99% of you, it was about an 80-seat room. It was one block from my dorm, which made it very dangerous. And they distinguished themselves, in my mind, from the other coffee houses in town because they brought in the legends. They not only hosted the kids, myself included, but they brought in the Carter family. Flatt and Scruggs played there. Bill Monroe came by, and a lot of the old blues guys came through. And I adored the blues guys, partly because I was an English major. And what these guys did to syntax, part marking. But also, they were cool. They were cool, and I was an English major. I understood the difference. One of my favorites was this sweet old guy named Sleepy John Estes. And this is his tune called Drop Down Mama. Drop down mama, let your daddy see you got something there, baby, keeps on worrying me. My mama don't allow me, honey, fool around all night long. She said you might be too young, son. Some woman might treat you wrong. You know that Jack of Diamonds told her that Queen of Spades said you come on, baby, start your creeping ways. My mama don't allow me, honey, fool around all night long. She said you might be too young, son. Some woman might treat you wrong. You get away from my window, you stop scratching on my screen. You're a evil woman, I know just what you mean. My mama don't allow me, honey, fool around all night long. She said you might be too young, Tom. Some woman might treat you wrong. Now you see me coming through your man outdoors. I ain't no stranger, I've been here before. My mama don't allow me, honey, fool around late at night. She said you might be too young, Eric. Some woman might treat you right. Treat you right, yeah. Eric Lilliquist. They sure do make me tired. They got a handful of gimme, got a mouthful of much obliged. Mama don't allow me, baby, to boogie all night long. She said you might be too young, son. Some woman might treat you wrong. Yeah, drop it down, mama, let you. Daddy, see, you got it. Something there, baby, keeps on worrying me. My mama don't allow me, honey, fool around all night long. She said you might be too young, son. Some woman might. Oh, yes, she might. Particularly good. Let's get Mr. Matt Dakota to do a couple tunes on his own. Yeah. Give him a full run welcome, Matt Dakota.
Thank you, boss. Hey, folks. Feeling all right? Okay, good. Well, I want to tell you all about my new album. Tom's talking about his all the time. Well, my latest album is kind of a unique one for me because it's solo piano. Now, I'm kind of known as a singing songwriter, but I decided to do an all-piano album. And it's kind of, it's if you're a fan of classical music at all, you're going to love it. It's that kind of thing. But it's pieces of music that I wrote. And I won't bore you with any dirges or anything. But I'm gonna play a fun one for you. This is a tune that I wrote because some folks came to me who had made a cartoon. They made an animated cartoon featuring two balloon animal dogs dancing a passionate dance in the desert among the cacti. Yes, it was a precarious situation and it called for some precarious music. So they asked me to write a tango for it. So I did, and here's the thing, the challenge was that they had completed the animation, it was locked, nothing was gonna change. So I had to make the music fit. So when the balloon animal dogs would leap, the music would have to leap. And when they would twirl, the music would have to twirl. And when they fell off a cliff, the music would have to fall off a cliff. So hold on to your seats. This is the Tumbleweed Tango. So it all ends well for the Balloon Dogs, as you can tell by the big happy chord at the end. If you do care to do so, I strongly suggest you go to YouTube. Not now, after the show. When you're home in your underpants, you can go on YouTube and search the Tumbleweed Tango. It's about half the length of that. I expanded for concert purposes, but it's well worth your time, and it will bring joy to your face. You know, it'll just smile, fun for the whole family. So check out Tumbleweed Tango. I'm going to play one more thing for you from my Antique Dances album, and this is a tune that started its life a long time ago when I was a trombone player in a middle school band. That's right, I was really into the brass instruments, and I really wanted a piece of music for my friends and I to get together and play, so I wrote a brass quintet. I took it into the band teacher, and he looked at it and told me it was unplayable. Didn't tell me why, of course. I was devastated. I threw it away, never thought about it again. Until March of 2020. Do you remember March 2020? Yeah, that was when they told me I had to go home and stay there. And I'm a touring musician, so I thought, shit. Home? Oh, home, okay, yeah. Dad, I'm coming home. You know? That's what I did. I moved in with my old man, and we had a good time. I lived for a year with my dad during the lockdown, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. I love that so much. Yeah. I think we should do that a couple months out of every year. Just go see our families. Go hang out. Chill out. You know? That's my vote, but anyway. So, hanging out with Dad, we had movie night, right? Once a week we'd have our movie night. And I figured it was going to be another Dad movie, Cool Hand Luke or something. But instead, he surprised me this one time. He surprised me by putting on some silent 8mm footage of him when he was this tall, you know. And I got to see that, and I got to see my Nana and Gramps again. And they looked so good, you know, young and happy. And watching this footage of the Christmas mornings unwrapping gifts and the summers by the lake, I was so moved, and it was silent, until this tune started to go through my head. And I recognized it immediately as the brass quintet from all those years ago. It had come back to haunt me. So I raced to the piano, and I started to figure it out there, and that's where it wanted to be all along. So this is the last track on my new record. This is called 8mm Home Movies.
tell you how hits now. 7.5 million plays. And not a dime minute. Now this is a song for people of a certain age, and I can tell that you're mostly way too young. I understand, but I'll be over at the merch table at the end of the night, and I'll explain it to you if you'd like me to. It's called the Remember Song. Looking for my wallet and my car keys. Well, I can't have gone too far. Just as soon as I find my glasses, I'm sure I'll see just where they are. I'm supposed to meet someone for lunch today, but I can't remember where or who it is that I am meeting. It's in my organizer somewhere. I might have left it on the calendar, maybe outside in the car. Last time I remember driving was for that memory enhancement seminar. What's that far off distant ringing? And that strangely familiar tone? Must be the person I am meeting, calling me on my brand new cordless telephone. I might have left it under the covers, maybe outside on the lawn. I've got just one more ring to go before that answering machine kicks on. Hi, this is Tom, and your call means a lot to me. So leave a message at the tone. And I'll do my best to try to remember to call you back when I get home. Beep. Tom, this is Ethel, and I'm trying not to cry. But I've been waiting here for over an hour. I thought you loved me. This is goodbye. Well, the voice sounds familiar. And the name, it rings a bell. Let's see now, where was I? My daughter Sienna, who's here with us tonight. My daughter insists that the 7.5 million plays are probably just one guy. Can't remember, he's already seen it. I don't remember doing that. I'm going to change gears here. I'm going to do a different song. Sorry, Steve. Steve on sound. Matt on the monitors. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do that instead. I can do this. I can. So Sienna, how many of you signed up for my email newsletter? Okay. Thank you both. I sent out a newsletter on an occasion occasional basis. It started out trying to be monthly, but I couldn't take the pressure. So now it's when I get around to it. Occasional, it's an occasional thing. But I try to keep it entertaining, not just informative, but entertaining, fun to read. And there was one not too long ago where I was talking about the relationship between the muse and the artist. The basic principle being you do not talk back. Do not argue with the muse. You have to open your heart, accept the gift, and let it flow. And the example I gave was I found this little dead bird outside under the bird feeder. And he's a pretty little bird. And Sienna's a wildlife enthusiast. So I thought she'd like a peek at him, and I brought him in and I showed him to her. And she agreed he was a pretty little bird. But she felt strongly that I should write a song for him, celebrating his brief life, honoring his short time here with us, perhaps touching on the ephemeral nature of beauty that lies at the heart of life itself. Shit like that. I said, okay, I'll take a whack at it. And I sat down to write the song, but what came out was, oh, the bird is dead because he bashed his head down the window of the kitchen. He ain't flapping, he ain't flying, he ain't even twitching. And believe it or not, it went downhill from there. But that's the point. You can't argue with the muse, even when she's screwing with you. You gotta open your heart, accept the gift, and let it flow. Oh, it's a shame, but I'm not to blame. I was only trying to feed him. And now he's dead from a broken head and perhaps internal bleeding. So if you sign up for the newsletter, that's the kind of stuff you're going to get. There's an iPad right over there. Check it out. I want to do you, let's get Matt back up here. I want to do you another one of the songs that's on the brand new CD that isn't here yet. But you can order it in advance at tomrush.com. It should be here within sometime next week. Yeah.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. That's what they said last time. This is a song I wrote for my baby girl. Sienna's song. Oh, Sienna baby's dancing. Arms are waving, feet are prancing. To a music only she can hear. Round and round the room she goes, follows where her music flows. A laughing, shining bubble in the air. And oh, Sienna baby's eating. At her feet a dog is waiting, hoping for a treat, or maybe two. Spaghetti, Jello, Cheerios, tomato soup and ice cream cone. The room's a different place when she is through. Oh, Sienna, where's your nose? Where's your fingers? Where's your toes? Now the time it goes and flows away. Oh, Sienna, precious moments. Oh, how soon you'll be a woman. Today so long ago and far away. Sienna's playing in the garden. She loves to watch the skies for airplanes. She laughs and claps and waves and cries bye-bye. This garden's old, the flowers new. The flash of sunlight in the dew. A light so bright can bring tears to your eyes. And oh, Sienna baby's bathing. Ducks and turtles, frogs are swimming. Laughing, splashing bubbles all around. And oh, Sienna baby's reading. Oh, and Tigger, Bert and Ernie. It's better when the book is upside down. And oh, Sienna, where's your nose? Where's your fingers? Where's your toes? Now the time it goes and flows away. And oh, Sienna, precious moments. Oh, how soon you'll be a woman. Today's so long ago and far away. And oh, Sienna baby sleeping. And how I wonder what she's dreaming. frogs and ducks and planes and ice cream cones. And in her sleep the baby's dancing. I can almost hear her music. The whole world's spinning, twirling round and round. Tomorrow's coming on an airplane. We will meet it in the morning. We shall see what presents it might bring. And we shall see what we shall see. And it will be what it will be. Until then, my darling, dance and dream. Oceana, where's your nose? Where's your fingers? Where's your toes? How the time it goes and flows away. And Oceana, precious moments. Oh, how soon you'll be a woman. Today's so long ago and far away. Far away and long ago. So the story's often told. It always starts with once upon a time. And I'll pray it ends with ever after. Lots of music, love and laughter. A laughing, shining baby by your side. Oceana, where's your nose? Where's your fingers? Where's your toes? How the time it goes and flows away. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you so much. Those were the days. Now Bessie was a lovely child from East Tennessee. Leroy was an outlaw, hard-eyed and mean. One day she caught him staring, and it chilled her to the bone. She swore she had to see that look on a child of her own. 'Cause ladies love outlaws like babies love stray dogs. Ladies touch babies like a baker touches gold. Outlaws touch ladies deep down in their soul. Now Linda, she's a pretty girl. She's blonde and built to last. Timmy, he's a guitar picker just running from his past. Now listening to his songs, she heard nothing but bad news. Still, she made her mind up to get him win or lose. 'Cause ladies love outlaws like babies love stray dogs. Ladies touch babies like a banker touches gold. Outlaws touch ladies deep down in their soul. Let it happen, gal. Eric Lilliquist. Are you done yet? banker touches gold. Outlaws touch ladies deep down in their soul. You know ladies touch babies like a banker touches gold. Outlaws touch ladies, but never without proper consent. Had to update the ending here a little bit. Okay, as long as we're kind of out west, let's do one from Wyoming. I lived out in Wyoming for about 12 years in Jackson Hole. Took some adjusting. Let's see, maybe we'll do it. Does that work? Going from New England to Wyoming, there's some culture shock involved. There's an eastern mind and a western mind. And it took a while to adjust. I mean, it's strange out there. They have all these expressions that don't make any sense. Well, no sense pushing the cows on a hot day. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. One of the ones I liked was having that guy in the payrolls like two good men gone. Okay, I can relate to that. I was there long enough that I came to be of two minds, like the eastern mind and the western mind. And the example I can give you is we were living in this log house. There was an inn holding in the Grand Teton National Park. There were no neighbors for miles in any direction. We were right on the edge of an aspen grove with no obstruction between us and the Grand Teton Range. It was like 6 miles away. It was just glorious and peaceful and quiet. Did I mention quiet? Except for twice a year when they would hold a cattle drive and they would move 12,000 head across what I considered to be my yard. And it would go on for weeks. This was free grass. The rangers had no reason to want these cows to hurry. In fact, once in a while a cowboy would show up and slow them down if they were actually making progress. And it was horrible. They would be out there 24 hours a day, mooing and bawling and yelling and smelling bad. It was like Woodstock for cows. But finally they would be gone. And Sunday morning, the cows are gone. And I'm thinking, Weston Wewaxation at West. And I heard this explosion. And I go running to the window, and there's this cloud of pink smoke drifting off over the sage. And I called the park headquarters immediately. I said, you gotta get somebody out here right away. There's somebody out there setting off dynamite on the sage flat. And the woman said, it was great. She said, oh, that's okay. That's just the rangers. They're out there blowing up dead cows. Now my eastern mind, but they are doing what? With my tax dollars on Sunday morning, disrupting my peace and tranquility. But then the western mind kicked in. And I thought, you know, maybe these guys could use some help. I wonder where they set the charges. No, I don't want to. Don't tell me. I don't want to. Anyway, this is a song from when we were actually living in a different log house right next to the Snake River. It's called River Song. Now the gypsies know my future, but the angels know my past. I rolled all around this great wide world to find a love to last. I'm weary from my wandering, Lord, I'm wounded in the war. I'll lay me low where the willows Seen the stars falling on the mountain. I've seen the moon rising from the sea. Never ever saw a sight so sweet as that woman in my arms asleep. They say that honey heals the body. They say that music can soothe the soul. I know the heart has reasons, but reason cannot know. River runs by my window. River runs by my door. River runs so sweet. I'd never roam no more. I'd never roam no more. Don't know where that river runs when she goes around the bend. Just might roll around this great wide world. Come on home again. River runs by my window. River runs by my door. River runs so sweet. I'd never roam no more. River runs so sweet. I'd never roam no more. I'd never roam no more. Thank you. Let's give Mr. Eric Lillicrest and Dean Adrian to do a song on their own for you. Everybody. On the river theme. How many of you folks actually knew of him? So we're going to visit a tune that we did, I think, in like 1973 on an album that we put out called Rock and Reflection. Then alone with the sky above, I can't wait to see that meadow through the trees. Oh, I can't wait till it is just you and me, just to be there, oh, to be there, to be free once again. Smiling river, just to see you once again. Well, in the moonlight, we'll take our clothes and run. Well, to a mountain stream with a song that never ends. And we'll hide beneath the trees at setting sun, watching for the deer running one by one.
once again. Smiling river, smiling river, just to see you once again. Words of days to come, a line in the body's light, knowing why we love. Starlight shine upon this land for you and me, and shine on brightly so we all can see. Just to be there, oh, be there. Again, smiling river, smiling river, just to see you once again.
The song I'm doing now, I've been doing for a while now because I can't. It's one of those songs where I think when I first heard it, it didn't have the same meaning, and as I listened more to it, it was one of those kind of only written songs. Kind of this is something different, you know. So I always like doing it. I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. Then I saw you last night. You held my hand so tight as you stopped to say hello. Then you wished me well, but you couldn't tell that I'd been crying over you, crying over you, and then you said so long, left me standing all alone and crying, crying, crying. It's hard to understand that one touch of your hand would start me crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, oh, so true. I love you even more than I did before.
You women give us a really hard time, you know? There's so many complexities in the relationships. This is a song, not unlike crying, but it's from a different perspective. Takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. That's why I drink all the time. Takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. When I liquor up, I like her just fine. She wants to tell me where to go, tell me what to do, tell me what to eat and how loud I can chew. She even wants to tell me what thoughts I could think. Used to drive me crazy till it drove me to drink. It takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. That's why I drink all the time. Takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. When I'm liquored up, I like her just fine. She's such a pretty thing. She thinks she's heaven sent, but she's a quarrelsome kind. She likes an argument. She can cry all day. She can yell all night. Sit there smiling, high as a kite. Take a whole lot of liquor to like her. That's why I drink all the time. Takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. When I'm liquored up, I like her just fine. This drinking buddy of mine, he married a girl. Now he thinks she's the meanest woman in the world. I saw her pretty picture. I said, you're poking fun. But then when I met her, I said, pour me one. I said, a whole lot of liquor to like her. That's why I drink all the time. Takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. When I'm liquored up, I like her just fine. You may look down your nose at me, think I'm a sorry old SOB. The only way I'm giving up and drinking glass is if I can find a way to get her off my back. Takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. That's why I drink all the time. Takes a whole lot of liquor to like her. When I'm liquored up, I like her just fine. When I'm liquored up, I like her just fine. Different perspective. Let's get Mr. Eric back up here. I want to do a song from Canada. So much good music comes out of Canada. I mean, there's Joni, of course, Neil Young,
Neil!
Gordon Lightfoot. I miss Gordon. Gordon, about 2 years ago, Gordon had me come up to Toronto to open a couple of shows for him at Massey Hall. Massey Hall is kind of like Symphony Hall in Boston, but 1,000 seats bigger. And they've been closed for a couple of years. Doing a $20 jillion renovation. And Gordon was the last one to play there before they closed, and they wanted him to be the first one to open. And he had 3 sold-out nights a year in advance. Sold out a year in advance. And he broke his wrist. Yeah. And he thought he was going to have to cancel all 3 nights. But then he figured out with some physical therapy and some practice, he could do an hour show. He couldn't do a 90-minute show. So would I come up and do a 30-minute opener for him for the first 2 nights, which was a huge honor. And we got to hang out and talk about the good old days, and it was a lot of fun. But he gave me this really warm introduction both nights. Tom was the first one to record Joni Mitchell and Jackson Browne and James Taylor and blah, blah, blah. But he never recorded any of my songs. So I got to go out there and say, well, I got 30 minutes tonight, 30 minutes tomorrow. I could do the first half of Edmonds Fitzgerald tonight. They liked that. The other line they liked was they said, folks, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna be truthful. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really nervous being here. I'm just up from the States. I'm 80, and that's 93 Canadian. They like that, they did. This is a tune by a friend named David Whiffen. Great song called Driving Wheel. We didn't do it yet. just came up on the midnight special. Yeah, how about that? My car broke down in Texas, stopped dead in her tracks. I just called to tell you that I love you. Oh, just called to tell you what how I feel. I feel like some old engine now. I lost my drive and the wheel, and I feel like some old engine. I lost my driving wheel. They took my money on the night train north. It was a terrible fight. They gave my promise I would be there with you. Last Saturday night, I just called to tell you that I love you. I just called to tell you on how I feel. Feel like some old engine. I lost my driving wheel, and I feel like some old engine. I lost my driving wheel. Yeah. Some old can't say much in a phone call, baby. You know how it is. But I call to tell you one short thing. Won't you listen to this? I just call to tell you that I need you. I need to tell you how I feel like some old engine. I lost my driving wheel, and I feel like some old engine. I lost my driving wheel, and I feel like some old engine. I lost goes out with a New Hampshire song. Because I'm from New Hampshire. You betcha. I was born in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I actually went a couple of years ago on my birthday. I went to look at the hospital that I was born in because I'd never seen it before. It's been converted to an old age home. Somebody's trying to tell me something? But I grew up in Concord, spent some time in the Boston, Cambridge area, and moved down to New York City. And I have to tell you, New York did not agree with me. New York is not normal, like New Hampshire. The final straw for me was walking out of my apartment building at 19 West 8th Street in the blinding sunshine. Not in the best of condition, I'll admit, but there in front of my place, there's this guy who has to be 6'8", without the platform shoes or the afro, wearing nothing but a see-through raincoat, and walking on the end of a leash, a horse that was this big. And I gazed upon this, and I said, no. No. And I went back in and I packed up and I moved back home to New Hampshire where it's normal. Not knowing when I made this move that Hillsborough, New Hampshire, the town to which I moved, was at that time the world's #1 location for flying saucer sightings. And I had to live there a while before I figured out it was actually just one of my neighbors who was putting us into the Guinness Book. It was old Cyrus. Cyrus saw a lot of saucers. Oh, geez, yes, I see them. I'm up in the sky. I was on the porch taking out some empties, and I see them. Okay, Cy, phone it in. Cy douses for water, and he claims he can douse for anything if he takes a little bit of whatever it is he's looking for on the end of his dowsing stick. And he told me this story about this couple that are building a house, and they asked Cy to come out and show them where the ledge rock was going to be underground, so they wouldn't try to put the cellar hole there. So he went out and he taped some rock on the end of his stick, and he went around and he flagged out for them where the ledge rock was going to be. Now he won't take payment because he thinks it'll jinx the power, but he likes his beer. He told me they says they's going to give me some beer, and then they says they didn't have none. I knew they was lying. He said I put an empty on the end of my stick. Took me right to a six-pack they had hid in the car. And on the other side of my place is this gigantic French-Canadian guy. He works in the woods, you bet. And this guy belongs in the Smithsonian. I always take paper and pencil when I visit because he says stuff. He says stuff like, give me 2 eggs side by each and a pair of toes, huh? Drop the son of a gun up with a 4x twice, huh? I went from my snowshoes to the barn and there they were on the wall gone. His best one was the product of adversity. He'd been drinking. And clearly was not in training to be drinking the way he'd been drinking. The first thing the next morning, he looked bad. Didn't look like he was going to make it. But then I saw him again around lunchtime and he'd recovered substantially. He had some color in his cheeks. Both eyes were pointed in the same direction. I asked him how he was doing and he said, I feel a whole lot more like I do now than I did a while ago. The scary part is I understood him perfectly. Thanks for coming, guys. You've been great. Way up north, by the icebound ocean, I was born. Way up north, in the Merrimack County. That's my home. That's my home. schooling, I walked the mountains made of stone. The distance sang about tomorrow, and I did wish I was grown and gone. As I grew, indeed I rambled out along the open road. There I learned the rainbow circle. It's truly sad, that's a sign of storm. Now I'm old, my dreams they wander far away. In yesterday, I'm going home to the Merrimack County, find the grass that hides my grave. So let the birds fly down the valley. You let the storms roam on the sea. I was born to the rainbow circle. Stony Mountain, that's home to me. Stony Mountain, that's home to me. Stony Mountain, that's home to me. Eric Wallace, Mr. Michael Moore. Thank you so much. You've been wonderful.
Thomas! Sure, Thomas!
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have to remind you that, well, actually, we'll be over by the table in a couple of minutes to say hi. But this new album, which is called Gardens Old, Flowers New, a line from that song about Sienna, is not going to be out until January, but we'll have advance copies in just a few days, and you can get them at TomRush.com. Check it out. I walk 47 mile of barbed wire. Use a cobra snake for a necktie. Got a brand new house on the roadside, made from rattlesnake hide. A little bitty chimney built up on top, made from a human skull. Come along, take a little walk with me, Arlene. Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love, child? Who do you love? Got me a tombstone hand and a graveyard mind. Just 22 and I don't mind dying. Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love, baby? Who do you love? Around the world and back again. Papa wanna get you a mockingbird. Now if that mockingbird don't sing, Papa wanna get you a diamond ring. And if that diamond ring don't shine, Papa wanna take you to the FBI. And if that diamond ring is glass, going around the town with a rattlesnake whip. Take it easy, honey, don't you give me no lip. Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love, baby? Who do you love, baby? Well, the night was dark and the sky was blue. Down the alley, nice wagon flew. Door bang open and somebody screamed. You ought to heard just what I seen. Whom do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love, baby? Who do you love? I walked 47 miles of barbed wire. Use a cobra snake for a necktie. Got a brand new house on the roadside, made from rattlesnake hide. A little bitty chimney built up on top, made from a human skull. Come along, take a little walk in the Orleans. Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love, baby? Who do you love, baby? Wonderful. If you go to the restaurant, come by and say hi.